Silver outpaces Bitcoin and gold in 2025 gains. This is massive coming from a major cryptocurrency website like coinmarketcap.com, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, cryptocurrency news website, mentioning silver and mentioning that it's beating their oh so precious asset, which is Bitcoin. Now, this is big for a few different reasons. One, it shows that silver is getting mainstream attention on more than one type of media space, not only just like the investment or stocks, but also the cryptocurrency world starting to catch wind of silver, especially with how good Bitcoin has done this year. To mention that silver is still doing better is massive. I mean, look who wrote this article, bitcoininfonews.com. These are people who heavily have bias towards the Bitcoin world and want their asset to do the best, but are admitting that silver is doing something astronomical. Now, this is also big because if money from the Bitcoin world starts coming in on top of the gold world, that would heavily affect the price of silver. I made a video a couple weeks ago mentioning if even 1% of the gold market transferred their money or even their gold into silver, trading the gold to silver ratio, that could be astronomical. But if the Bitcoin world also does that, sells their Bitcoin and buys silver with it, that could be a game changer. So we are seeing something, a huge shift happening where silver is now starting to get the recognition that it actually deserves. First and foremost, though, thank you so much for tuning into your daily silver news. My name is Silver Slayer. If you want, the newest, latest information of what's happening in the world of precious metals, more specifically silver, make sure you click subscribe, click the bell. And when you click the bell, go to all notifications or you'll only get notified occasionally. There's a lot of barriers that YouTube makes for channels now, so you really got to pay attention on when you click the bell. Make sure you go to all so you get notified. Also, if you guys wanted a place to purchase this shiny stuff for great prices, send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Slayer sent you. Helps me out. So yeah, let's check out this article. So this is from bitcoininfonews.com. Silver's performance exceeds Bitcoin and gold, highlighting investor demand. Tokenized silver assets lead gains in 2025. Now, I'm not going to talk about tokenized silver. You got to be careful with that stuff. I always mention if you can't hold it, you don't own it. And going the tokenized route is very contradictive. You might as well just go the cryptocurrency route in general. But at the end of the day, this is still news where they're talking about silver. So whether you love tokenized silver, hate it, or don't know about it, or don't care about it, it's all news talking about silver outperforming Bitcoin and gold. I recommend my audience don't go that route. Just buy physical silver, throw it away in your safe, and just let it do what it does. So silver's impressive gains have been attributed to strong investor demand. Year to date, silver has substantially outperformed Bitcoin and gold, driven by renewed market interest in its value. Notably, tokenized silver assets like Kinesis Silver have gained traction, surpassing major cryptocurrencies. And I mean, it even if Kinesis has, silver as a whole has as well. So I thought that was interesting. We're not going to focus too much on that article because they're still going to try to push their crypto repertoire. Don't do that. Buy physical, throw it away in your safe or safety deposit box, or dig a hole 4 feet in your backyard, throw it in there, whatever. Just buy the physical metal. Hold on to it. Now, this is one from LinkedIn.com. This is mentioning silver's turn in the spotlight, which I always mentioned would happen eventually. It took a lot longer than people hoped or thought it would, but it got there. So, in the latest Money Metals midweek memo, host Michael Marahi analyzed the ongoing bull market in its gold and silver, highlighting record highs, historical ratios, supply deficits, and why silver may now be poised for an even stronger run than gold. And that is very interesting with gold at all-time highs to say that silver is still outperforming it. That is expected because it's more volatile. It's a more exaggerated version of gold, like why I call it gold on steroids. If gold's going to rise 10%, silver's going to rise 15%. but also for the opposite. If gold's going to drop 10%, silver's going to drop 15%. That's why I call it gold on steroids, because steroids still have negative side effects as well. But calling a safe haven asset risky is very contradictory as is. So gold continues to push higher, marking fresh records in the past week. Just 7 days ago, gold was priced at $3,562 per ounce. By the end of the week, it closed at $3,639 per ounce, a gain of 2.2%. At its peak, the metal reached $3,680. Now let's actually check what silver and gold are at today. Silver's at $42.19. Gold is at $3,643. So very, very, very close to its all-time high. But silver isn't even near its all-time high. It still has a lot of room to run. So that itself shows that silver's undervalued compared to the price of gold, meaning that the chance of silver performing better is a lot higher than gold performing better. Gold's volcano already erupted. It's already at all-time highs. It already did the explosion. Silver's volcano hasn't erupted yet, and the longer that it doesn't erupt, the more magma fills the volcano, meaning that the explosion will be even bigger and more dramatic. So while some worry that gold is overbought, technical analyst Jesse Colombo argues that this is a classic sign of a strong bull market rather than a bubble. He dismisses the naysayers, pointing out that most failed to predict the rally over the last 2 years, yet are quick to call for a correction today. And I mentioned this. That is so important. All the naysayers who were so wrong about what gold and silver are doing today are still the ones acting like they know what's about to happen. Ask them last year what they think silver's price would be today. They would have been way off. They would say silver would probably be sitting at $30, $35 max. If you say 40, you're a silver pumper. You're so wrong. Even though it's at 42, those same guys who are way off are still the ones trying to act like the smartest guys in the room, saying anyone else who says otherwise compared to them are just crazy. But no, you got to go back and look what you said before. You can't just forget that. We can't just forget that you were saying that silver would never be $42, September 14th, 2025. We can't forget how far off you were and now just keep talking, trying to act like you know what's about to happen. No. And that, I'm so glad they mentioned that. So glad they mentioned that. Pointing out most failed to predict the rally over the last 2 years, yet are still quick to call for a correction today. You can't take those guys serious. They just try to go against whatever the most popular opinion is. They'll try to go against it, and that's truly what it is. It's not even them thinking rationally. It's more just them trying to be the odd one out or stick out in a YouTube comment section. So anyways, Mike Murray acknowledged that consolidations are inevitable, but he stressed that the fundamentals remain firmly in place. Gold's bull market, he suggested, is far from over. Silver's quiet but explosive momentum. While gold has been in the spotlight, silver's quietly staging its own remarkable performance. The metal's up nearly 40% this year, reaching levels not seen since 2011. It has already broken through the $40 per ounce resistance level and found support at around 41. Analysts suggest that silver is now poised for a run toward its historic highs of 50 an ounce, first hit in 1980s and then revisited in 2011. Silver's move may be late compared to gold's, but it is no less impressive. With gold setting record after record, silver's now following suit as it looks ready to outperform in the next stage of the bull market, which is crazy. If silver's going to be the one outperforming in the next stage of the bull market, but silver is already up 40% this year, what does that mean? That means that yes, we have a crazy rally that it's already done, but it's just getting started. So the gold to silver ratio. A key indicator that points to silver's potential is the gold to silver ratio. The ratio currently sits above 88 to 1, far above the modern average of around 60 to 1. Historically, whenever the spread grows, this wide silver rally quickly closed to the gap. In 2020, for example, the ratio peaked 123 to 1 before plunging to 60 to 1. I remember that. That was in March of 2020 when silver was $11. The gold to silver ratio was like 125 to 1. But silver was the number one performing asset in 2020. It beat Bitcoin, it beat Tesla stocks, it beat Amazon. In 2020, silver was the number one performing asset. But if you weren't subscribed to my channel, I bet you didn't know, because I was the only person talking about that 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was still sitting here making daily silver videos, but I was the only one that talked about silver being the number one. If it would have been gold or Bitcoin, you would have seen that spread across the internet all over. But since it was silver, everyone kept their mouth shut. It's crazy though how much has changed in 5 years, because now we have CoinMarketCap.com talking about silver beating their own asset, right? Which is that speaks for itself. But by this measure, silver remains on scale compared to gold, with history suggesting a strong run is likely ahead. One of the biggest drivers of silver's rise is the ongoing supply shortfall. In 2024 alone, demand outstripped supply by 148.9 million ounces. Over the past 4 years, the deficit reached 678 million ounces, equivalent to 10 months of global mining output. Mining cannot quickly adjust to higher prices. Infrastructure and exploration timelines mean production responds slowly, leaving industrial users and jewelers no choice but to tap above ground stocks. This pushes the price upward as available supply tightens further, at a much quicker rate as well. And now, despite the rally, U.S. investors have largely been absent from the silver market. Retail demand for bars and coin dropped 30% this year, even though Asian and European buyers remain active. So, Murray criticized the tendency of Americans to sell silver rapidly for declining dollars. And he warned that once U.S. investors return to the market, silver could see another powerful surge. And that's what I'm saying. Articles like CoinMarketCap that are admitting that silver's doing something that's beating Bitcoin. All these younger cats, all these millennials that are buying Bitcoin or profiting heavily off Bitcoin. If they start putting a percentage into silver, you could see something massive happen. Just like when Wall Street Silver did that. When it was Wall Street Bets, all the guys that made money from GameStop and AMC, they threw their money into silver, and that skyrocketed the price up heavily. If we saw that on top of its natural rise from, its natural use as the most highly conductive metal, on top of that with investor sentiment, on top of an industrial sentiment, if both sectors come together, investor and industrial, the monetary and the industrial asset, that could be huge. The long-term cup and handle formation in silver charts supports the case for a major breakout, with technical patterns pointing to explosive upsides once the barriers fall. So, junk silver is an entry point. That's a good point. Junk silver is great. They don't make it anymore, right? They don't make it anymore. It's a piece of American history. It's a way to store fractional, and it's cheap. And over time, it could grow in numismatic value since they don't make it anymore. So, I like that he mentioned that. Recommended the junk silver as an attractive way to enter the market. Pre-65 dimes, quarters, half dollar containing 90% silver, making them far more valuable than their face value suggests. 1964 quarter, for example, carries a melt value of about $7.39. So yeah, final takeaway. Silver remains historically undervalued compared to gold, supported by persistent deficits, industrial demand, tight liquidity, and untapped investor interest in the United States. I definitely like this article. I thought this article on top of the CoinMarketCap article is very interesting. And right now, silver is, it's doing what it's supposed to do for once. So yeah, let me know what you think about this. Also, make sure to like the video, subscribe. Go check out on my other channel, Down the Rabbit Hole. I posted a video yesterday talking about the Roswell UFO incident. I'm going to start posting on that channel more often. Try to get that going just as, a little side project, something fun to do. I think you guys will enjoy that as well. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. From now on, Every single month on the 31st, you have a chance to win silver, a continuous silver giveaway. Well, if you become a member of the Secret Silver Society on my Patreon, you have that opportunity. So every single month, you have something exciting to look forward to, which would be winning silver. On top of that, you'll have access to a live chat room with other silver stackers where you can post pictures and chat, just hang out with everyone, and have early access to my videos along with supporting me. If this is something you'd like to do, then come join my Patreon. It's patreon.com/silverslayer. Upon joining, you'll be given a monthly raffle ticket and instant access to that chat room. Go introduce yourself. Everyone is super nice, and it's more personal and intimate than a YouTube comment section. Folks, I'm so excited to announce that I've partnered with American medical experts whose purpose is helping veterans get the medical benefits that they truly deserve. Over 17 million veterans aren't receiving their full benefits, and if this is you or someone you know, then act now. American medical experts are offering free consultations through our med team to see how we can help. The med team offers board-certified doctors who have experience working with the VA, comprehensive medical evidence for services like mental health as well. Some of these include your Nexus letter, your DBQs, your TDIUs, your AAs, and more. I want to personally thank American medical experts for helping veterans, but also giving me an opportunity to help veterans as well. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment to get a free consultation through our med team. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless.